The Catholic Church is mourning the passing of Reverend Father Benjamin Madu, a Nigerian Catholic priest from the Diocese of Abakaliki in Ebonyi State, who died in the United States shortly before he was expected to return to Nigeria following the expiration of his religious worker visa. His death has sparked conversation about immigration, the emotional challenges faced by missionaries abroad, and the importance of supporting those who dedicate their lives to serving others. The questions are: who is Reverend Father Benjamin Madu? What really happened? Why was he returning to Nigeria? And what lesson can we learn from this tragic story? Let's analyze it critically together. Number one, what really happened? Akahi News gathered that Reverend Father Benjamin Madu, a priest of the Catholic Diocese of Abakaliki in Ebonyi State, died in Massachusetts in United States after receiving notice that his R1 religious worker visa was nearing expiration. Reports indicate that he had been preparing to leave the United States after years of pastoral ministry when the tragic incident occurred. Authorities have stated that no foul play is expected. However, the official cause of death had not been publicly released at the time of the report. While some reports have suggested a possible suicide, that is serious, that has not been officially confirmed though, and investigations were still ongoing. Point 2. Who was Reverend Father Benjamin Madu? Father Benjamin Madu was a Nigerian Catholic priest serving under the Diocese of Abakaliki in Ebonyi State. During his ministry in the United States, he served as a hospital chaplain and also ministered to parishioners within the Catholic community in Massachusetts. He was widely remembered as a devoted priest who dedicated his life to caring for the sick, supporting families, and strengthening the faith of those entrusted to his pastoral care. Point 3. Where and when did this happen? The incident occurred in Massachusetts, United States, where Father Madu had been carrying out his pastoral assignment. His death came shortly before the expiration of his visa, which reportedly required him to leave the United States by 29th of July 2026. Before his passing, he had reportedly written a farewell message to parishioners expressing sadness. Pay attention and take note of that. Expressing sadness that he had to leave a community he had grown to love. That means he's not happy coming to Nigeria or returning to Nigeria. Point 4. Why is the story important? This story goes far beyond immigration. It reminds us that behind every visa application is a human being with emotions, relationships, and responsibility. For missionaries and priests serving far from home, changes in immigration status can affect not only their ministry but also their emotional well-being. This tragedy also reminds us that those who spend their lives caring for others sometimes need care themselves. Point 5. What do we know so far? At this stage, several important facts remain clear. 1. The priest has sadly passed away. Authorities have said there is no indication of foul play. The official cause of death has not yet been publicly confirmed. Investigations were still ongoing at the time the story was published. For this reason, take note of this, Akahi News urges viewers not to spread rumors or treat unverified claims as established facts. Point 6. Let's go deeper critically now. Point 6a. Priests also face human challenges. Catholic priests are spiritual leaders, but they are also human beings. Take note of that. Like everyone else, they may experience disappointment, loneliness, uncertainty, and emotional pressure. Recognizing this reality should encourage greater compassion for our priests and stronger support system for our religious leader, the clergy, serving both in Nigeria and overseas. 6b. Immigration decisions can have personal consequences. Visa regulations are legal requirements, but they can also bring emotional challenges for missionaries who have spent years building relationships within a community. Being required to leave can be deeply painful. This incident reminds institutions to accompany administrative decisions with appropriate pastoral and emotional support wherever possible. 6c. Facts must always come before speculation. Whenever a tragic death occurs, rumors often spread quickly. Responsible journalism requires patience. Take note of that and pay attention. Until investigators release their final findings, the public should avoid drawing conclusions that have not been officially confirmed. Let's continue. Respect for the deceased and his family demands nothing less. Point 7. What this means for Nigerians. What it ultimately means for Nigerians. This tragedy reminds Nigerians, especially those living and working abroad, that emotional well-being deserves as much attention as physical health. It also encourages families, churches, and communities to remain attentive to people who may be silently carrying emotional burdens. Sometimes, a listening ear, a supportive conversation, or timely professional help can make a significant difference. Finally, today the Catholic Church has lost one of its priests. His family has lost a son. His parishioners have lost a shepherd, and many people have lost a friend. As investigations continue, let us remember Reverend Father Benjamin Madu, not because of speculation surrounding his death, but because of the years he devoted to serving God and humanity. May his soul rest in perfect peace, and may this tragedy inspire greater compassion for other priests, stronger pastoral support, and renewed concern for the emotional well-being of everyone who dedicates their lives to serving others. And to my viewers and listeners, what do you think concerning this report? What more can religious institutions, families, and communities do to support priests, missionaries, and other caregivers who may be facing emotional or personal challenges? I want you to share your thoughts or opinion respectfully in the comments section below. And if you found this analysis meaningful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Akahi News. For the full story and more exclusive news analysis, please visit akahinews.org. Thank you for watching. I am Joseph Yaji.